Thanksgiving. I hope you get to spend it with family and friends, and we all reflect on all the good stuff that's happening for all of us. Yes?
Sorry for right there. John, how do you think your team performed offense and defense without Briscoe out there?
It was good, and you don't ever want to have a guy have to step away for a while. He was hurting after the last game, and then he tried to practice, and I didn't really, you can't be 75% with the way we're playing. So he took today and tomorrow off and see if he can go Friday. If he can't go Friday, we'll just hope he's ready for Monday. But it gave me a chance to really focus on De'Aaron leading. Gave me a chance to put Malik some at point guard, which we hadn't done this year. Gave Mike a chance to play. I went with that big team, which is what I wanted to do. Derek, Wenyon, and Bam. Now all of a sudden you're 6'10", 6'10", 6'10", and two big guards. Woo! And that team gave us a run because it's hard to score. It's hard to get shots. And they can. We're still, hands are down. It's habits. They have high school habits. When you're 6'10", your hands are at least at your shoulder. Usually they're above your head, and you guard that way because you're 6'10". A lot of times they'll throw the ball right into your hand if it's just up there. Hard to do it when it's down by your side. And now a 6'10" player becomes a 6'2" player, and we did a bunch of that tonight. And but again, we're getting better. I was disappointed in some of the free throw shooting because we're a good free throw shooting team, and we got guys missing that should not be missing, or at least not missing 2 or 3. I thought our discipline defensively, was better. We're a November team. I told them after the game, we're a November team. I don't want my team in November to look like it's January or February, because the only thing that team can do is come back. And I've done this 30 years, and I've seen teams come out of the gate so good that I laugh and say they will not be there at the finish line. They're so good right now, they can't get better. All you can do is get rattled. And we're not as good. We don't make as many shots. Man, earlier in the year, we're not that. We're a ways away from where we need to be.
Cal, De'Aaron has, through 5 games, he's got, I think, 14 more assists than Tyler had last year at the same thing. Is he better than you thought he was going to be right now, early?
He is. I expected him to shoot the ball better than he is right now because I watched him play. But defensively, I didn't realize that he could play that way. I knew he could play fast, but he just needed to be. It had to be demanded. Like, you can't be fast when you feel like it. You're going to be fast the whole game. But his ability to find people and make the right play. Oof. I thought Malik was out. Malik has a chance of being special. When I put him at point guard, I told him at the end, you played like a shooting guard would play point. If you want to be a point, you got to play like a point guard. But I thought defensively, he stays in front. He's quick. He's chasing. He didn't break down. Wendy Gabriel, wow, this kid, double-double. We don't even talk about him. We don't talk about him. More people call me about Wenyon than anybody else because of how hard he works and what he does. But he goes 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists in 26 minutes. Now, hands are down on defense, and he gets speed on straight-line drives, but you can't have everything, I guess.
Cal, it's only 5 games. Your fastest team here?
I think John and Eric and those guys would argue the point that they were faster with Patrick Patterson and that team, and you put DeAndre Liggins. That was a fast team, but this team is really fast. Oof. How about Bam? There's a couple of you guys that are old enough to know Wes Unseld. Some of you, he was a child when you watched him play, but his outlet pass to half court, that's Bam right now. He throws that ball to half court. If you will run, he will throw it to you. He's getting better offensively. Now, what I did in the second half, I said if Bam doesn't get 10 shots in the second half, we're practicing tomorrow. So if you wondered why they just kept throwing Bam the ball, that's why they were throwing Bam the ball. I looked at him, I said, I'm not kidding. You guys are not giving him the ball, I'm not throwing him the ball. And I said at halftime, I said, okay, so you guys want to shoot all the balls, and he'll go get every rebound, block, and fight, and drive, and outlet, and throw it, and then you shoot all the balls. Is that right? Oh, that's really good. And that's what I said, okay, this is what we're doing. But we need Isaac and Sasha. They just got to keep getting better. I thought Derek Willis showed some signs of what he can do for us. Michael's got to defend. I mean, straight line drive, no rebound. I mean, come on. If you want to be on that court, you got to do this. So we got to. We're a November team. It's November, whatever it is, 23rd. I should know it's my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Megan. She was a Thanksgiving baby, by the way, too.
You touched on Malik Monk, but through 5 games, he has more threes than any other UK freshman in history. The scouting report on him is that he's a streaky shooter. Is this just a hot streak, or can he consistently be this good?
Well, I want him to drive the ball more and get to the rim. That's what I'm trying to get him to do. I know he can shoot threes, but I don't want him to settle for that, what you just said. There's not, whether it's Steph Curry or whoever, guys that are volume three-point shooters, they'll go through spells where they miss. You know, they'll have one of those 2 for 12 games from the three. They do. I don't care who you are. So my thing is, don't make that the only part of your game. But I will say this: he's working for the first time where he's in the gym and he's being disciplined about his work. He's focused on what he needs to focus on, and he's getting it done. And he's listening to, you know, instead of bunny hopping, everything is a 1-2 step now, where he's really rolling into the shot, and it's an aggressive shot. But it's, you know, like I said, we got a ways to go. And again, Tennessee Martin had Mississippi beat, lost by 3. They won every other game. They've beaten all the teams here. They press, they trap, they drive the ball at every chance, and so we have that game. And then you go to the following week, and you think about who we're about to face. Bam, bam, bam. And it's going to be a tough road. I think that Valpo just beat Alabama by 8. Valparaiso has a center that they tell me is an NBA player, 6'9", 250, absolutely a lock for the NBA. Big kid, scoring 25 a game right now. So we are where we are. Now each game forward is going to get better and better. It's exactly what you need before you get into league play.
Question back on the cameras.
Who's the fastest team again?
What's that?
Who's the fastest team again?
Well, if our bigs would run, I would say this team. But since our bigs don't get up and down the court, it's a little bit of an issue.
John, there were moments when it looked almost like a dunk contest out there. Gary Waters said that you're allowing a lot of offensive creativity because the guys are playing so hard on defense. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, he knows them. Gary and I have known each other 20 years. He knows how I coach. And the problem I have is when former players come in, John Wall sat behind our bench and said, he got soft. Like, yeah, but I'm dealing with all freshmen all the time, and you can't be like I was when I had juniors and seniors who at times would kind of step back and get numb. And you had to punch them out of being numb. And offensively, I don't really know all the things that these kids can do, so the only way I can see it is let them go a little bit. Now, most cases I'll have 2 in my pocket, like that, let that one go, but the third one I got to call them over and say, hey, come on, man. This is the one thing I would tell you, they're unselfish. We had 38 baskets and 25 assists. I mean, all those dunks, most of them are on lobs, on drives and finding people. You know, so if they're unselfish, I can deal with some, like De'Aaron Fox. He has the best floater in the country. The best. I have no idea why he won't shoot it. When I tell you the best, I'm saying I want him to shoot it 5 to 8 times a game. Drive in the middle of the lane, get to 7 feet and shoot a floater. He makes it. He's driving into everybody, bang, 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 and trying to make a layup. I have no idea why. But he's feeling that out, and we'll show him on tape that doesn't work, but the floater works, and we show him and show him and show him, and he'll be shooting floaters. But you got to let him go a little bit. Bam and the big guys, Kenny Payne and Tony Barbie and the guys are saying, throw it to the bigs even if they miss shots. Just throw it to them so they get a better feel, and we get a better feel on what we got to work on.
John, with the game today and another one Friday night, how do you handle Thanksgiving with the team?
We're going to do, Jerry Lundgren and his family for 30 years has been to the Salvation Army and feeding less fortunate. And so we're going to go down and help serve food in the afternoon. And then we're going to meet at my house, our team, and any of their families that are in. So we're all going to have one big thing at like 3 o'clock. And then we'll probably walk through 7 o'clock. We'll walk through Tennessee Martin. I think I'm going to give them tomorrow off, which I usually wouldn't do before a game. But this is going to be a tough run. And then Saturday morning, we play Friday. Saturday morning, we're down there for 3 days before we come back, and then it's on again.
One in the middle, last one front.
John, Coach Waters also said that your team enjoys playing defense. Would you agree with that assessment?
They're starting to. That's the first step to being good. Look, I said to the guys after, there's such a thing, you guys all relate confidence to shooting free throws or shooting balls or handling the ball. There's such a thing as rebounding confidence. Like they're really confident they can rebound. Who on this team is that way? Shot goes up, he's confident. Wow, good. You guys watch the game. Who's the other guy that's really confident? Rebounding the ball. Like he'll go at Wendy. But I got a couple other guys that are not confident going after balls. Defensively, Isaiah Briscoe, De'Aaron Fox on the ball. Bam is confident. Did you see him guard guards today? He's confident he can do it. Some other guys go to guard the ball and they go, oh my gosh, he's going to drive him. Yeah, he is. He absolutely is going to drive him. That confidence has to be built in practice. It can't be built in our practices because you're going against someone really good every day, and if you can guard that guy, you can guard anybody we're playing. But we got guys that are accepting this is who I am. Now, if you don't have confidence rebounding your defense, I don't care what you tell me. Well, just give me the ball on offense, you'll see my confidence. No, it doesn't happen that way. You're not getting dunked on 3 times and then go down and you're going to make a jump shot. Ain't happening. So there's such a thing as confidence that way. But again, I told you, they're 2 18-year-olds. Sasha may be the youngest freshman in the country, and Isaac is the youngest sophomore in the country. They're young. They're little babies. And I don't coach them that way. I'm holding them accountable. Michael, man, he's getting a chance. Everyone on this team and in the gym wants Michael to play. But if they're shooting layups on you all day, you are not playing. So you got to figure it out. Stay in front of somebody. Get some confidence defensively. Do we need a shooting? Yeah, but not if you give up more layups than you make shots. That don't work that way. So we got stuff that we're still working on. And Dom said he's going to be okay. I think Isaiah may need a couple more days. I just don't know. But he heard it when he was jerked to the floor that last game.
What happened with Dom, and also does he have the worst luck of any guy you've seen when he gets an opportunity to play?
He's got buzzard luck now, this poor kid. But he's going to be fine. He's the greatest kid too. When I told him I was going to give Michael an opportunity before him, because I just have to give Michael a chance to prove what he is and let everybody see it, and he hadn't had that chance, he was fine. He's the greatest kid. And the crazy thing, both he and Michael, unbelievable athletes. One, let me ask you, does Dom have defensive confidence? He really does. Well, let me say this. Michael is just as athletic as he is. So now it's, okay, man, you're going against Malik every day. You can guard him and stay in front of him and make it hard on him. You can guard anybody we're playing.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, folks.
De'Aaron